Hello and welcome everyone to the Zero Torque Racing League at Chicagoland. We are here for race 4 of the playoffs. And what a race we have in store tonight as we watch Frank Chavez rounding this racetrack. I'm here tonight with my co-host, Caleb Phillips. You saw him in the booth last week, all the one-man show, but tonight he's going to be a co-host tonight. So Caleb, say hello to the fans.
Hello fans, I'm here for the broadcast as a co-host. Yeah.
You heard it from the man himself there. He's an energetic kind of guy. Not sure why the scoring pylon is still not up yet. It's kind of just being stupid. Right now, as we speak, Frank Chavez is currently on pole. Here comes Akari Wright in the Luminary Concept number 1 machine. See what he can do tonight. Man that's always running up front here at these racetracks. Ron Millam slots into P2 in the 47. Slim Jim machine. Look at that scheme, Caleb. I mean, that is a
nice little scheme.
A lot of Kroger and Slim Jim. Looks very
Kroger and Slim Jim sponsoring?
That's a very Ricky Stenhouse Jr.-esque paint scheme right there.
Must be rich.
Must be rich. So what? So to go to Kroger?
No, they just have 2 sponsors.
Oh, I mean, Ron is a rich man, so he can do what he wants. And now the SD. I'm not sure what's going on with the scoring pylon there. Oh. They just failed.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, we are having technical difficulties as right now Frank Chavez continues to lead in qualifying. Brian Matthews has slotted in to the 3rd position. I'm sorry for not having the pylon up or showing you guys other people because right now the behind the scene things are not working. What is happening, dude? But Caleb, entering tonight's race, we have playoff talk, right? As Frank Chavez is currently on the provisional pole, or at least last we knew before the scoring went away from our side of things. So we have 4 guys fighting for the playoffs tonight, and those 4 guys, let me pull that up real quick if that would work now. Oh, there that goes. Maybe it'll start to work. This is very very interesting tonight. Caleb, talk to me about though your experience. I mean, you're very I wouldn't say experienced here with iRacing, but talk to me about last week's race and how Robert Tester held on there. I mean, you're the one that saw it firsthand live, so talk to me about that.
Yeah, so I personally think that his car is just indestructible at this point. Considering that towards the end of the race that we saw a crash happen between Youngblood, him, and I think Litwiller, maybe? I don't know. It was between 3 cars, though. And, well, you know, he somehow survived it. He somehow survived that end of the... I don't know how. It looked like he spun out, and all of a sudden, he was back in 1st. And truly, it's amazing. I don't think I could ever do that, but you know, it's just the way it goes, I guess.
Sometimes the cookie crumbles your way. Sometimes it doesn't. And in terms of Carson Youngblood, right? I mean, it didn't fall his way. You talked about him being aggressive last week, and that 16 car, the man to beat. Everyone's trying to chase him. And the playoffs are about to start for him himself. He'll be at risk for elimination, and you know, races like that don't give you great momentum entering that final part of the season where you have to execute as a driver.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a point where it's good to be aggressive, but being aggressive the whole entire time is also, you know, not strategic.
It's a detriment to you and to your championship hopes, correct?
Yeah. Well, that's why.
Yeah, that was why we had something downloading on my computer in the background. Why is it still downloading?
It's not. Okay, well, I guess it partly is. I don't know why. Yay.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on here with this thing. There it goes. that probably would be where our issues have stemmed tonight. With and Kyle Franklin, this is a new face here for 0-12. Oh, and he's around. He slots fourth on the track right now.
What is going on?
Kyle Franklin.
Is he doing a burnout right now?
I believe. Oh, there you see it, Caleb. He's trying to do that Kyle Larson-esque line, right? That's your driver in the Cup Series, and let's watch him here. You see that bump? He hits that bump. And good job keeping it off the fence there.
I'm surprised he kept that. Okay.
Wow.
Well.
Oh, wow. Honestly, no. I mean, if this was the real race, we'd be talking about how great of a job it does keeping it off the wall there.
I guess he's doing a burnout right now.
But now, I mean, he still slots in P4. There's Drew Kuhn, number 12. Oh.
Kuhn was actually doing really good in the beginning, towards last week's race, but he lost his momentum somewhere. I think it was due to a crash in the back, because he was towards the middle.
Here we go at number 50, the Red Bull Racing Machine, Jason Steptoe with some different colors. You usually see him in that bright patriotic schemes or the United Air Force schemes, but tonight, different colors, the energy drink that's known all around the world. Caleb, oh, as you saw that car's rear end step out. Drivers on edge tonight. The scoring timeline continues to not cooperate.
Oh yeah, I tried that last time and it did not work.
I'm not sure why it's not working. SDK has its issues. At least we get to see what actually matters right now. And currently, Robert Tester is still top of the charts. Here comes Eric Johnson in the number 18 Toyota Camry. He's going to round off corner number 4, trying to build some momentum down the front straightaway. Seems very slow. You can see that looks like a very slow, conservative lap here. From Eric Johnson's point of view, a man that we've seen throughout the season pick up a victory, has been in contention for multiple. I mean, I know you weren't here for that race, Caleb, at Darlington, but at Darlington he wrecks in the last lap, battling Carson Youngblood for the win, and ends up still finishing in 4th place. So, being that good, you know, that is where we see Eric Johnson, and he's currently 12th on the pylon. But here he goes. Now it looks like he's ripping that car around here. At number 18, Pinnacle Wraps 18 Toyota Camry is looking sharp out there. Look at it. Enter turn 1. Whoa, it's way out of shape.
120 laps, 65% fuel. 1 stage break at lap 50. And look like since.
Sorry about that, folks. We don't want to hear race control the entire time tonight. We're still on that race control channel. It's been a very technical race so far. We haven't even started the race, and technical issues have been plaguing us. Eric Johnson slots 16th as he crashes his car once he's done with qualifying. I'm not sure. This whole night's just been an interesting night. The scoreboard's not working for some reason. This is a very interesting race. But let's talk about our playoff drivers, Caleb Phillips. Let's talk about the guys who are at risk of elimination tonight. Terry Litwiller, you watched him advance to the playoffs last weekend out of Atlanta. I saw him leading laps last week. He looked sporty. He looked like he was a guy who could really contend. Could you see that momentum carry into this week at Chicagoland?
Yeah, I definitely could. He, in the beginning, he had a good strategy. Keeping it very light in the middle, 14th through 13th. Towards the end, you know, with his pit strategy, you know, he came out on top. It was just mainly the pit strategy that really what saved him into being towards the top and competing with the top 3 towards the end of the race. Really. And
obviously it didn't work out for Terry as he didn't go to victory lane, but still he ends up making the next round of the playoffs. And what does that do? You know, as a driver's perspective, is you didn't get the result you deserve and you still outperformed your rivals. Do you feel like maybe that could really impact your psyche entering a race like this? And we saw on the track and qualifying, it looks really rough out there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I feel like I don't know. I feel like that if he, just focuses on the strategy he has now, he'll, really be in a good place to contend with, multiple other drivers that are in this playoffs series so far. So I think if he just keeps up what he has, he's definitely going to be in the top of the playoffs for sure.
And without a doubt, we are all seeing Terry Litwiller, but he's not the only man we're talking about tonight. We have Drew Kuhn. You talked about Drew Kuhn's good run last night. Obviously, Jeff Lorway eliminated last week along with Jason Steptoe. And Drew Kuhn, I mean, he came back from multiple laps down, didn't he, to get a solid top 10 result in that race in advance to the next round of the playoffs here in the Zero Torque Racing League. And, as if you're Drew Kuhn, as we see Kyle Franklin right here gridding up the 95 car. On track, a new youngster, or maybe not youngster. I don't really know how old he is. He's new to the league though. Interesting to see how he will do tonight. Cars are all gridded. Pace car is about to make this field roll around Chicagoland under the lights. Akari Wright, another driver on the playoff fight tonight. He needs to beat the other three, excuse me. He needs to just beat two of them though, Caleb. So starting second, that's pretty solid so far. Terry Litwiller. Talk about him in the execution of the playoffs. Well, he sits fifth right now. Drew Kuhn. He's in this round of the playoffs. 12th. A little deeper in the field of our 14-car field.
Not a bad placement, though.
No, it's still not very far back, and that's really the thing that we see tonight, as we don't have a very big, large field tonight. We don't see Jim Treat. So Jim Treat, who's in this round of the playoffs, is not here tonight. So Jim Treat is not here, so you basically just have to beat one guy. Out of all the guys you have to beat tonight, Jim Treat would have been a big competitor. He won Charlotte earlier this season. He would have been a very, very aggressive and very upfront driver tonight. Probably would have sat there in the top 5 in qualifying. But right now, Robert Tester's on pole. Akari Wright is second. Brian Matthews with an amazing start in the 28 Carhartt Ford Mustang. Pace car is going to pull off here off of corner number 4. The Zero Torque Racing League, race 4 of the playoffs, is underway at Chicago. A good launch from the outside lane of Akari Wright. He sticks with the 22, but the 22 rolls momentum off of corner into corner number 1. Clear up goes Robert Tester. Akari Wright and him have history. Here comes Wright to the inside. Matthews losing third to Kyle Franklin. Akari Wright to the race lead, lap 1.
Big momentum. Oh, wow.
As you see Akari Wright, you saw that. You talked about the momentum. Passing the guy who sat on pole, Caleb, who looked so good last week, who dominated. That has to feel good. And right now, the clean air out front at Chicago. Lap 1 early, obviously, as we see Kyle Franklin slot into third. He passed Brian Matthews' 28 Carhartt machine. You see Terry Litwiller trying to pull up the back bumper of that 28 car. Frank Chavez going side by side about with Jason Steptoe. That Monster Energy machine right there is the Red Bull. The two energy drink cars are going to battle off of corner number 2. Here comes Steptoe. Positive momentum off of 2. Litwiller and Matthews look to be bottled up. Everyone's under a blanket here. 4th to 6th place.
13 trying to creep up.
Chavez looked inside. Oh, we see cars on the fence.
Steptoe.
Steptoe to the inside. He'll look inside into one on his fellow energy drink car. Side by side. Steptoe and Chavez. Ooh, we got a little tight there. Almost got into the quarter panel. See some racing further on back in the field. We see Drew Kuhn right here. But let's look back to Mark Kazan. Ron Millam. All these race cars a little further back. But they're going at it back here for the 11th place and 10th place spots. Look at Drew Kuhn. He knows what he has to do tonight. We just talked about it, Caleb, in the pre-race a little bit before we got green here. The goal is to beat 2 other guys, and right now Terry Litwiller's ahead of him, and Akari Wright's ahead of him. Jim Treat not here tonight, eliminates him from the running. But man, right now, running in 9th, it's not terrible, but he's still got a long way to go.
For sure. I mean, He's got to be a little bit more aggressive this time compared to last time. He was very passive, but this time he needs to be way more aggressive.
He needs to take that Toyota Pops car and really pop tonight. That's what he really needs to do. You know, he needs to really find the speed as he looks to the inside of Frank Chavez right here. He's really wrapping the bottom. Whoa, up and clear he goes. That's up to 8th place, I believe. It's up to 8th place, up 4 spots from where he started this race, and look right ahead of him, Caleb. You can see not too far up the road. Here's Terry Litwiller. But Jason Steptoe has lost touch with the top 5. He's starting to pull back. Eric Johnson, Drew Coons sit behind him. And you see that, Caleb, right there. They're fanning out, entering the corner. That's to find clean air. And looky here. Here comes Eric Johnson to the inside of Steptoe. Off of corner number 2. He'll enter 3 with momentum. The Pinnacle Wraps 18 Toyota has the 12 Pops car right up his bumper. Whoa, way loose off of 4.
Oh. Yep. Coming in the inside.
You see Steptoe there. You talked about that. I mean, look at these cars. They're on the ragged edge. These drivers trying to take these machines and put them through the works tonight. Jason Steptoe running in 6th. Sorry about the scoring pylon. I am not sure what's up with it tonight. It's just not wanting to cooperate, so we don't have all that good stuff, which is unfortunate because it looks pretty good, you know, when we have the actual pylon up. Not sure why it's not working really.
There we go.
There it goes. Finally, it only took 9 laps into the event. As you see, Akari Wright with a 6/10 of a second lead over Robert Tester. Talk about the new guy. Kyle Franklin's making an impression, Caleb.
That's for sure. I mean, as a newcomer in this, top 3 in the beginning, not bad.
And we're only 10 laps into a 120-lap event, but you started up in the top 5, and now you're running up 3rd, but look behind him. Brian Matthews eliminated from the playoffs a few weeks ago, but right now, he's on the back bumper of Kyle Franklin. We saw that 95 car spin out in qualifying, so you haven't really seen him run the top. Is that maybe because he's a little scared to run the top?
Maybe so. I mean, maybe running lower is just a way more riskier move. There's more room for error, especially.
You know, you saw it there. I mean, the wall is so close to you when you run the top. It looks really bumpy up in the top with the racetrack. Seems like the 95 is glued to the bottom, but it looks like most cars are glued to the bottom unless you look back here at Terry Litwiller in 5th. He's going to go up to that top seam, try to run, not the Kyle Larson line. He'd have to run a little lane. Oh, whoa, the 69. Way loose off of 4.
Whoa. Yeah. I don't know what that was.
That was a big time moment that almost turned into a big time wreck. And when you have these cars, these next gen cars, Caleb, they are snappy. And once you really hit the wheel one way, tends to snap and overcorrect, so he's lucky he got away with that one right there. Terry Litwiller, though, didn't really lose too much time, but man, that could have been day over for Terry Litwiller. Talk about Jason Steptoe. Went positive early in this race, but right now he looks to be slow. 4 or 5 cars behind him. He looks to be holding these guys up, Caleb.
Yeah, he's definitely holding them up.
And look at the 12 of Drew Coon, the Pops car. He's not been able to get by this Red Bull machine, and now he's under pressure from Blake Hewlett and Frank Chavez further on back as Hewlett gets to move to the inside because Frank Chavez goes to his outside. Slim Jim car trying to round off and forward here. He has really good momentum, this Ron Millam. He might take it 3 wide. Never mind. He's going to be the patient game, the smarter move. Just push the 13 on by. And Chavez clear, and now he'll get some more clean air. But not really. The 12 runs his lane a little bit. But look at that 47 boogie off of corner number 4. He'll clear the 87, and he'll look inside perhaps with the 13. No, gives him a push down the backstretch.
A good tactic. You want to be safer than sorry, that's for sure.
And you might want to think, Caleb, maybe his car is just really handling good on that outside lane. You haven't really seen him run anything but the top right here. That 47 might just be hooked up on that outside. He doesn't feel confident on the inside lane quite yet.
No.
Look at him boogie off of 2 again. He'll get to the inside this time. This time he'll try it. good momentum. He'll be even entering turns 3. Can he keep that momentum up? The 13 goes all the way to the top of the racetrack, trying to find some clean air. He'll do a good job. Oh, whoa, Blake Hewlett almost into the fence. I think he was into the fence. Big run, though, for the 87. The only battle on the racetrack currently. Frank Chavez and Ron Millen for the 9th position. Aside from the 2 cars of Mark Kazin and Blake Hewlett side by side back there for 11th and 12th. Caleb, talk me through what we might see here for strategy tonight, as these guys usually hold about 30 to 40 laps in their fuel tank. If you're a driver, do you want to pit early on this run to get fresher tires and use them up early while everyone else has old tires? Do you want to pit a little later, have more fuel later, and use those tires for the entire run? What do you feel is the push for strategy tonight as we see Robert Tester running down Akari Wright?
As far as for Robert Tester, I would definitely maybe pit a little bit later. You know, as Akari has a little bit more of a momentum advantage. As you know, we see him dominating right now, having a ton of space between them. But you know, that's what I think. I think a later pit would be definitely beneficial for him.
It seems like Robert Tester has a bit of a better long run car. You talked about Akari Wright's speed, and looks like a little bit lately it's been starting to waver as this 28 car is all up the 95 car's rear bumper. Carhartt machine as Litwiller's going to get a little block thrown on him there. Here comes Matthews. He'll get to the outside of Franklin. That should be pass complete. As if you look at Terry Litwiller, this is an opportunity to get some positions on the racetrack. Eric Johnson right behind you. You don't want to give up that track position. Robert Tester and Akari Wright are absolutely gone right now. You look at them, they're entering turn 1.
So far.
As Matthews and Franklin are about 3 seconds off the race lead, battling for third. I think part of that, Caleb, was no one could just really get by this 95 car. Really struggling to pass him as here they go again. Here comes Terry Litwiller. He's trying to look inside of this 95. Couldn't quite do it.
95 plus some defense, that's for sure, and his blocking.
The defense is, I mean, that's a big part of the game, Caleb. We don't talk about it as much as maybe offense or tire saving or all that. But being good at aero blocking, being good at keeping those cars behind you that maybe are a little quicker at that point in the run is huge, because now you have more track position and maybe they burn up their stuff trying to pass you.
Yeah. Especially tire wear, that's for sure.
And tires are such a big part and a big piece to the puzzle, right? If you can't keep those tires happy, you're not going to be fast here on the long or short run. As you see Steptoe, he continues to kind of almost get into that outside retaining wall as we see a caution on the racetrack.
Uh-oh. Someone crashed.
Blake Hewlett around on the front stretch.
Oh, no.
The 87 Chevrolet. Oh, heavy right front nose damage, Caleb. Oh, that thing is not okay. Oh, it's blowing up. Oh, she's hurting.
She'll be fine.
She sounds pretty sick. And he's going to park it right here in the grass. That should be day over. Oh.
Wow.
I think we can maybe see what happened here, Caleb. Let's take a look at it. Mark Kazin drifts up into the 87.
Oh.
And he saves it. Oh, and he overcorrects hard in the outside retaining wall. Mark Kazin spinning out as well. He might have went through the pit road and gotten a penalty as well. So it was a 2-car incident. It wasn't a single car spin, but wow. I mean, Blake Hewlett, I mean, he doesn't, wow. Yeah.
He's kind of like, get out of my way, you know?
He got used up there.
I mean, that was just his strategy. He just did not like him whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, that looks,
right there.
I don't know if that's intentional, but oh man, Blake really could have held on to that.
Yeah, that is
But when I talked about that earlier, Caleb, snappiness of this race car, you know, he's all the way over here and he has to drive the wheel back to the right. And that's what happens. He snapped it too fast, and that's what happens. And look at that car. I mean, it is destroyed. Mark Kazin. Oh, what in the world?
He just hit his car against the
Whoa.
wall.
That is, I think he was fine. Let's look at Mark Kazin's point of view of this wreck as we see it here. Hill spin. Oh, we're not looking at Mark. Mark did not, I believe, get a penalty.
And he's out of, you know,
right here, I mean,
he's
there's no damage to the race car. It looks like he didn't hit pit road, so he won't get a penalty. He's coming off.
Well, let's watch this. Watch this. He's going straight, you know. Everything's fine and dandy.
Oh, it was
he
that
hits
transition,
yeah.
Caleb. The transition off of the banking.
He didn't really account for that, and
Yeah,
here's what happens.
And he gasses it. The tires are covered in dirt, and that right front. I mean, that's kind of karma, though, right? I mean,
yeah, he might have a bent tire rod or something on that right, you know, right front.
Yeah, you could see a broken toe link. Oh yeah, I would say it's broken right there.
That handling's gonna be horrible now.
I'd say that might be day over for him, right? I mean, let's look at the cockpit view. I think this would give a better view of this incident between Mark and Blake here. Let's look at Mark Kazin. Mark outside. Gases are up there.
I don't think
that looks like a racing incident for me. See, trying to keep this car straight. I'm gonna watch it here, but yeah, that looked like to me, Caleb, it was a racing incident. No one really at fault. I mean, Mark may be a bit more at fault there, but at the end of the day, we're gonna watch it here. See, he starts to gas up. Yep, you can hear the RPMs shoot up.
Oh no.
Day over for Mark Kazin and Blake Hewlett tonight. As we're about to go, one to go on the pace. Oh my lord. On the racetrack. Pace lights are off. And everyone made a pit stop, it looks like. So all those cars got fresher tires, and look at Mark Kazin. He's back in this race on the lead lap.
Yeah.
So Mark Kazin survives. Blake Hewlett, he's out of this race. Unfortunate for the 87 car. Nonetheless, we continue in our race for the playoffs. 95 laps to go, and we go back green. Stage break at lap 50. So a 25 lap dash to the end of this finish of the stage. Kari Wright's going to lead him into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out, and a good launch for the one car. Looky there, much better than Robert Tester's restart last time. And look at Brian Matthews. He looks inside for second, perhaps. Franklin's going to wrap the outside, though. Get a good momentum off of two. And Kyle Franklin into third. Where he ran.
28 trying to lead in.
Oh, hard in the wall! It's Robert Tester!
No!
Robert Tester's car. We see another car spin on the front stretch. Wow!
How did that happen?
Running P2, and was it the bumps, Caleb? That might be what I think it was, but that was out of nowhere, and it was vicious.
Chicago is known for the bumps.
It is. It's known. And the Windy City's racetrack. Oh, right just in there.
What?
Wow.
That just like snapped immediately as soon as he hit that bump. That was insane.
My. Robert Tester. A big player tonight. His night will end here on lap 26. Let's take another look at that. Is a hard crash, Caleb.
Yeah.
We're going to look at it right here. Watch the back end of this race car. He's going to hit it right there. Look at it bounce up off the racetrack. And look at him. He's turning that wheel to the right there. And shouldn't have done that. Should have just spun her out. Look at that right front tie rod destroy.
Yeah, that was like immediate. Just snap to the right. And
he wasn't the only victim of this wreck, as here's Eric Johnson 3 wide trying to avoid it. Avoids the wrecking Robert Tester. And around he goes off of contact for Frank Chavez. Everyone just trying to get by the chaos. No harm, no foul, though, for Eric Johnson. But Robert Tester's day, self-inflicted over. Unfortunate. We saw that in qualifying, right? We saw that, and we might have saw maybe on these fresher tires. The top's really sensitive to those bumps. And we saw guys later in the run start to move up. But not really early in the run with that first cycle, right? That was a hard crash. Let's take another look at it. Take a blimp view of it, and you're going to see it. Bottoms out. Oh my.
It's just immediate.
Look at that car lift off the ground there. And look at everyone honestly doing a really good job. I know Eric Johnson spun out.
Yeah, you see everyone trying to keep towards the inside now.
Yeah, that was really great job, everyone, to avoid Robert. I mean, Robert Tester's running second there. And he's just destroyed in the outside retaining wall. That was a hard crash. Very hard crash. And that is unfortunate for Robert. I know he was excited for the race tonight. It looks like he's going to try and fix that thing up. But I don't know if he can fix that thing up in time to really contend tonight for the victory. But that opens up the door now, Caleb. One of the best cars of the night are gone. You don't have to worry about him anymore. Now you just have to beat one more car, and that's the one of Akari Wright, who's in the fight for the playoffs. A win tonight would be huge for him.
Yeah.
And now, though, if you're Kyle Franklin, the newbie, Brian Matthews, the guy who was in the playoffs earlier this year but got eliminated, same with Jason Steptoe last week, or Terry Litwiller, man, in the playoffs right now, this is your chance. This is your opportunity to maybe go up there and challenge the one car without having to challenge two really good race cars. We now have 12 cars on the racetrack. Mark Kazin 1 lap down. We'll have 11 on the lead lap when we go back green here once the pace car pulls off. Franklin, Wright, Matthews, Steptoe, Litwiller, the top 5. Millam in 6th. Those are your first 3 rows on the racetrack. Green flag back out of Chicago. And a great launch this time from Brian Matthews. He does not let the field slip away. Saw Kyle Franklin get back by Matthews last time, Caleb, and now look at that. The Carhartt 28 machine up to P2.
Akari Wright, I don't know. We'll see, though.
Akari Wright's been the dominant car, like you said earlier, Caleb. It's going to be hard to beat him. Oh, and here comes Kyle Franklin. He gets to the outside of Matthews.
Big momentum.
Wow. The outside momentum carries Franklin to second.
Risky move, though.
It was. I mean, it was a big run off of 4, and he had to really hope Matthews gave him the space. Look at Sharon in the top 5. Where'd he come from? I haven't seen much of David P. Sharon tonight, and looking him up to 5th, looking for 4th.
Passing Steptoe.
And he is boogieing right now. Maybe he has tires, Caleb. That might be something we could see. Some of these guys might not have took tires. He's all up the rear bumper. Whoa, almost contact.
Steptoe being real dangerous right now.
It is dangerous without a doubt, but both of them have the speed to get by Matthews, and they want it. Sharon with that momentum down the back straightaway. He's almost clear. Oh, there's contact.
Oh, no.
Oh, keep it up the wall.
21.
Contact. What a save. Oh, no. Terry Litwiller. Litwiller has spun. We see crashing into the outside wall.
3rd caution of the day.
We see another car. Kyle Franklin has crashed.
Kyle Franklin, no. He's just sitting there.
What happened to Kyle Franklin? So we see the tough racing behind. Oh, he's on the edge.
Man.
Oh, hard crash into the outside wall. Oh, my. Oh, good Lord. That one was a hard hit. So we see 2 incidents at once there. I thought David P. Sharon had that car saved like 10 times. And look at it. Look at how far. He's woed out right there. Like, he is woed out on the rear end right there. Look at the car. Let's look at the view here. Franklin on the gas. Oh, he's still, yeah. At that point, it's spinning the grass, not overcorrecting back on the outside wall. We've seen that now 3 times tonight, guys. Overcorrecting, just not letting the car spin out. His day is definitely over. Let's look at David P. Sharon's incident right here. See Drew Kuhn have an incident. He said so. We're under caution.
I see it.
And Drew Kuhn, whoa, he locks him up hard to the outside wall. Drew Kuhn under yellow. What are we doing? Playoff contending driver Drew Kuhn in the Pops Toyota Camry. And I saw that on my recent events, and I saw Drew Kuhn crash. I'm like, he wasn't a part of that crash. He's just coming in way too hot here.
Yeah, and I feel like...
Oh,
wow.
I mean, good job not hitting anyone, but... oh, yeah, that might be not day over, but the day's not going to be good anymore. And we haven't even looked at David P. Sharon's incident yet.
What happened to him? I don't know.
So a looky here. Yeah, I think we all...
The whole field's just wrecking at this point.
At this point, I mean, this is some... I mean... Oh, a little too fast there. Right here.
So 21 kind of...
Yeah, 21 kind of shuts the door. Sharon shuts the door, and look at him. What a save, like 4 times. He saved it there. And then he gets kind of finished off by Terry Litwiller there. Not on purpose, obviously. Terry just trying to keep it off him. And those guys are fine. Those guys don't cause any damage. Kyle Franklin's the one that crashes, and then Drew Kuhn crashes under yellow.
I don't know. He must have just... I don't know.
Yeah, that was an Arca break moment right there. David P.
He was just
Sharon.
kind of speeding in there. It's just... I don't know. He just...
David P. Sharon off pit road. He will stay on the lead lap, so we'll have 10 cars on the lead lap. We've lost 4 guys so far. We're only 35 laps in, Caleb. This is our 3rd caution of the night. We'll have 1 more guaranteed for the stage. And we're losing drivers. And we're losing fast guys. But this could be an opportunity for guys who have not won a race this season to win a race. And you look at the guys who are left.
I don't know. By this rate, maybe, you know, we'll see some more crashes.
No, I think we're not done with the crashes. I think we'll see at least 1 or 2 more. But we have 2 guys who have won a race who are left in this race. Akari Wright and Eric Johnson. Mark Kazan as well, but Mark Kazan has, of course, a lot of damage. So, and we haven't seen, I think, winning speed out of Eric Johnson. He looks like a 6th to 5th place car. Brian Matthews hasn't won a race yet. Steptoe hasn't. Ron Millam hasn't. Terry Litwiller's still in this race. He looks really good. And this could be an open book for someone to grab that first career win here in the Zero Torque Racing League. And Dean Howard. Talk about Dean Howard. He's running inside the top 10. Race car is going to pull off here. Wright, Matthews, Millam, Steptoe. Look at that pace car jut off to the left. Green flag, back out. And a decent launch from the 28.
Getting real close to that wall with Steptoe.
Steptoe, we saw the aggression last time, making contact with the 21 car. We're 13 laps away from the stage break. Points are awarded at the end of these stages, Caleb. That's important for those guys in the playoffs, but really, with Drew Kuhn is running 8th. Even with the hard crash under yellow, he's still running inside the top 10, so the damage must not be too severe. As look at here, Ron Millam to the inside of Matthews.
Steptoe getting real aggressive behind him.
What does Steptoe do here if he gets a big run off corner number 2? It's not going to matter because Brian Matthews is clear of the 47. Pulls up. Whoa, big move.
Blocks him, tries to at least. But Steptoe's looking to get right ahead of the Pops car.
The Kroger car. Oh, there's going to be contact off of 4. Leaning on each other.
Surprised there's not. No one spun out.
And look at Ron.
Surprised.
Look what that did to the 50 cars. Eric Johnson's in the defense. He loses 1. About to be 2 spots if Eric Johnson gets by, which looks like he will. So getting tight in turn 4 ends up losing him 2 spots there. Ron Millam snaking down the backstretch, trying to run down the 28. Oh, this is going to be a big run off 4 here, Caleb. Watch for the crossover. To the inside for P2, Ron Millam, Brian Matthews. The Slim Jim car. He's going to slide his way up to P2. Not quite. Brian Matthews fights back at the outside. Gets the 47 tight and back, clear to 2nd. And as all this is happening, Akari Wright's just kind of boogieing away. Looking for
keeping a good pace, you know.
Keeping a level ahead as your competition is not doing that. Here comes Eric Johnson. Whoa, what a run! Johnson went to the bottom of the racetrack flying off of 4 from the top, and he'll clear up into 3rd. Look at him rapid. He's running that Kyle Larson line all the way at the tippy top entering the corner. He diamonds it down mid-corner, but he is on the charge. And for these guys who are already locked into the playoffs, so Eric Johnson, top 4 in points, he's locked into the race next week to race for the championship. Any stage win or race win points you get is all that matters for those guys. So going up there and maybe challenging Akari Wright as he challenges Matthews for 2nd for that bonus point for the stage win, that could be huge. That 1 point could be the difference. Man, Matthews is just not giving up. And you see further.
It's just a trade-off at this point each cycle.
That it is. And looky here. Big battle. The last 2 guys for the playoffs. This is the final spot. These points for the end of the stage could be huge. Terry Litwiller and Drew Kuhn knows it. And Drew Kuhn has momentum off 4. Steptoe side by side with Chavez ahead. Litwiller has a little bit of front end damage after the contact with the 21. You have to wonder if that's hurting him, but to the 12 crashed under yellow, so you would think they all have some damage. They're still keeping some solid pace, about 1.9 seconds off the race lead. Steptoe continues the battle here as Johnson has cleared into P2. Litwiller is starting to pull away from Drew Kuhn. Look further up. Frank Chavez into the top 5 in that 13 Chevrolet. Ron Millam is 4th. Matthews is 3rd, but here comes Eric Johnson. You talk about challenging the number 1 car, Caleb. Look who's coming. Momentum off of 4. Matthews seems to be struggling for top 3 pace. Seems like he has a great 4th place car right now. Just cannot keep pace into the top 3. Johnson off of corner number 2. He'll continue to eat closer to the number 1 car. And this is big for Akari Wright too. Say he has issues later in this race, crashes out. Getting these stage points could be the thing that makes you have enough points to... Oh, Ron Millam in the wall.
There's no crash though.
Keeps it off the... Well, he doesn't keep it off the fence, but he did keep it from overcorrecting like we've seen some other guys do tonight. As here comes Chavez looking inside. Look at Steptoe. He's starting to come back.
Steptoe being real aggressive this time compared to his last race.
I think he was too conservative last week, Caleb. I think that's what maybe took him out of this race. And looky here at Chavez to the inside. Big side draft there for the 47.
Yeah, that was really close.
And he's going to draw him back. Ooh, that's side entering one. Can we go 3 wide? Oh, the 47 trying to close the door. He can't do it. What a move, Jason Steptoe. Up to 5th. Ron Millam on the back burner at the end of this run. And Chavez closing into the 28 car as well. Johnson and Akari Wright have kind of checked out. The 2 guys who we said have won races this year are 1-2, and everyone else who's not won a race are not contending with him right now. The Steptoe here, Caleb, he's going to have a big run down the backstretch. Look at Chavez blocked to the inside. But he gave him the outside here. He's into the fence a little bit, but he's going to use that to carry some momentum off of 4. Oh, Terry Litwiller! He's around and he's done! Terry Litwiller is out of this race!
What
No!
What just happened? What is going on?
Terry Litwiller right behind him is Drew Kuhn. I'm not sure.
Oh.
I mean, that is a hard hit to the outside wall, but
It must have been that low.
it looks like right there. It's stepping out right there. And if in that point, Caleb, like I've said all night, just spin out. If you spin out, you're going to get a caution. You're going to re-rack them. There's only like 10 cars. There's not a big deal. Obviously, he'd lose out the stage points, but now his race is over. And the Cinderella story, he was one of the lower seeds entering this playoff. He's battled through so many rounds. Terry Litwiller's night and playoff hopes ends in dramatic fashion. The stage ends, which gives Akari Wright the stage win.
Unfortunate.
I mean, honestly, we saw that 69 car look so good tonight at points, and that's disappointing if you're Terry Litwiller, and if you're a fan tonight watching this race and seeing that happen is not what you want to see. You don't want to see these guys crash out, right? We don't want to see that. We want to see
out, yeah.
I mean, we've seen it a few times. I'm sure some of these guys are probably at that point of maybe crashing out with before caution.
We can hear the mics, you know.
I think hearing some race audio right now might be out of this. It might not be PG with the 4 cautions here in 50 laps. It's not exactly the greatest thing. Only 10 cars left on the racetrack. So, I mean, if you're running still, you're going to get a top 10. As we see Akari right down pit road. You see Robert Tester still on pit road trying to repair that race car. That's dedication. I don't think I'd do that. I don't think I'd sit there and repair that thing, because that's probably a 20-minute repair. The right front's still crinkled in a lot. I bet that suspension is still destroyed. Akari Wright's going to win the race off of pit road. Johnson second. Third will be Brian Matthews, Chavez, Steptoe, Howard, Drew Kuhn. My co-host here has to go mingle with his significant other.
Okay.
Have to go mingle.
Yep, I do. Mingling is necessary.
It
right?
is. It is necessary with the significant other. It is. It's National Girlfriend's Day, everyone. So if you forgot or you didn't know that existed, and you have a girlfriend, you should probably do something about that, because you're an idiot.
If you do not know it exists, well, you will be in trouble. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You will be in trouble, and it's kind of your fault. I mean, you should have just known.
You should have known in the end, and unfortunately,
you should have known.
That is your fault.
It is your fault.
Yes.
And
Well, we see the pace car phase into the number.
And now Akari Wright, watch him. He's gonna get a black flag now. As pace lights are off, as we're gonna say goodbye to Caleb Phillips. Lap 52. He stayed for the first stage, and he'll have to go, like I said, mingle with his significant other. But nonetheless, hopefully he has fun tonight. Hopefully all of you who are tuned in with us for stage 1, say goodbye to Caleb, as he will maybe come back next week. Maybe we'll have a bit bigger field and a bit better racing come next weekend. But we'll see.
Chicago's alright. It's an alright drive.
It seems like it's
very
sketchy.
Yeah,
very sketchy. And with only 14 guys out here, you know, mistakes like that don't look as good, because now there's only like eight cars on the lead lap right now. So the small field size tonight doesn't help the fact that we've seen some guys self-spin or make some contact. We've seen a few self-spins and a few race enders from one zone spin. But nonetheless, Caleb, see you, bud. You have a good night.
Yep. See y'all. It was nice being a co-host in this race.
In the Zero Torque Racing League.
Probably see me next week. We'll see. See if I have to mingle again.
We'll see if he has to mingle as the pace car is about to pull off. We go say goodbye to Caleb Phillips. Pace car is gonna pull off. See you, bud.
See ya.
Green flag, back out. And Brian Matthews, what a restart you have. He'll clear Eric Johnson, and he's right there on Akari Wright. Steptoe looking inside of Johnson. Steptoe's gonna have all clean air as well. That'll help him out. Johnson all up the back bumper down the back straightaway. Eric Johnson trying to continue this great end to the stage 1 that we saw, that 18 car. But Steptoe is right at his heels. Matthews running second. And look at Steptoe. He's so close to making contact with the 28 machine. If Steptoe can get into second, look at the 18 loose off of corner number 2. Drew Kuhn trying to follow, trying to find a way around. Kuhn to the inside. The Pot Toyota Camry is going to have a power move on the bottom off of 4. He's so close. He is clear. Drew Kuhn clear in the P4. Look at Frank Chavez here. Slide it up to the middle of the racetrack. Trying to find some clean air and some momentum. Whoa, that's tied off too. Everyone has a run on someone. And now Drew Kuhn on defense. Ron Millam trying to get back up into the top 5. He'll look inside of Chavez. There's contact. Chavez into the fence. He keeps it straight. Looks like the car's wheels are straight. No damage. We stay caution free. As Steptoe's so close to clearing, he is clear. Jason Steptoe clearing a P2. Look at Matthews trying to send it back on the inside of the racetrack. Brian Matthews running in third. What a great night that 28 car has had. Nonetheless tonight, win top 3. What a night. He's been so fast. He has not left the top 4 all night tonight. See Mark Kazan a little further up. A single lap down, trying to still repair that race car from an earlier incident. See Steptoe aero blocking there. Almost halfway in this race. Look at Matthews though. He'll start to roll the top outside momentum. They're both close again on the race leader. Yeah, but once they go side by side here, they're going to hold each other up again. And that's the issue. Maybe just kind of save both y'all's stuff. Oh, I think Akari Wright was in the wall a little bit. I think he was. Man, Brian Matthews in 1 and 2 on the middle of the racetrack can just really rip it right there. I mean, he is ripping it. How about Dean Howard in the top 10 run? Frank Chavez was up there slicing and dicing before contact with Ron Millam's 47 Slim Jim car. Eric Johnson in 5th. Drew Kuhn up to 4th. Trying to hold off Eric Johnson. He's going to in turn 1. Look at that, kind of pulling the defensive lane, blocking the bottom of the racetrack. Gives the 18, though, the top side. He's going to try and wash up, though. Trying to give him dirty air. 18's going to have a big run down the front stretch here, but what this is doing is allowing the 47 of Ron Millam to pull back in these two. Someone wants to go lead this race. Akari Wright only has a 4/10 of a second lead over Jason Steptoe. If Jason Steptoe can get up there and pass Akari Wright, what a storyline it would be. Man, it would be something to see this 50 car finally get to victory lane this season. The first race of the season was Heartbreak at Daytona. So close to victory. It's been just famine since. Nothing has come close to victory. Nothing has crossed the checkered flag first for the 50 car. Man, tonight could be something special, though, if he's able to run down and pass the dominant Akari Wright. As Wright starts to pull in traffic. Ooh, into the wall, though. Jason needs to watch that. Matthews has dropped back big time. Maybe trying to save some tires. These guys are just out there going for it. Mark Kazan is going to go 2 laps down. Make that 2 down. Ron Millam's going to carry momentum on the outside. He's back up into the top 5. Watch this race. Ron Millam in P5. Having a good night tonight is Ron. Talk about his strength tonight. Made some contact with Frank Chavez there, and that a little bit of racing they were doing, but honestly not the worst harm or foul, right? Just a little bit of contact. Jason Steptoe has passed Mark Kazan as well. Trying to reel back in Akari Wright. Gained a 10th there off of 4. He gained maybe 2 tenths down the front straightaway. What a turns 3 and 4 it was for Jason Steptoe. And what a lap it's looking to be here. Whoa! We're at 8 tenths, 7 tenths of a second. We're down to 4. Make it 3 tenths down the back straightaway. The 50 cars in the fence a lot there on accident. The one car took his lane away on the outside, and that eliminates the chance of clean air to the front end of that 50 car. Look at the one. He goes up to the top, trying to aero block. He's worried about Jason Steptoe. If you're Jason Steptoe, though, that means he is scared of you. He knows you're fast. He knows you're good right now. And he is trying everything in his power to keep you behind him. Gains about a 10th off of corner number 2 right there. Or excuse me, 4. I think that 2/10 down to the end of the front straightaway. He is... Oh, looky there! Goes to the inside! Has the clean air! Does he close in this corner? He does. Good corner for Jason Steptoe, but he'll lose off corner exit. Probably right all the way to the bottom of the racetrack trying to break the draft. Again to the inside for Akari Wright. He's going to lose time down the front straightaway. Brian Matthews under pressure here from Eric Johnson. Matthews not going to give this up. Look at him. He's going to run to the outside trying to take the clean air away from the 18 car. Trying to make this difficult, and I don't blame him. He's having a great night. He wants to be on the podium. The best finish of his career in the Zero Torque Racing League. And here comes Johnson, though, trying to take it away. Johnson, momentum off of corner number 4. He'll get in front of Matthews at the line. Entering turn 1, he'll have the advantage, and it should be off of corner number 2. He should clear him around before corner number 2. He will clear the 28 machine. So Steptoe in second, about half a second off the race lead, continuing to try and break that 3/10. You get to 3/10 behind Akari Wright, and that seems like that's the closest he can get. Akari Wright up against the top of the racetrack again. He is really nervous about this 50 car when he starts to build momentum. The dirty air, though, here at Chicagoland, since the update and the aero package, it is really bad. So, you gotta watch it. And that's why you see the one car jump up every now and then, take away the time he gained of Jason Steptoe in one corner. He has to take another lap or 2, a lap and a half to get back to where he was. And then, you know, the one car rolls up the racetrack again, takes away the time. And just a vicious cycle if you're the 50 car. Look at that. He'll gain time down the back straightaway. Ron Millam is going to pass Brian Matthews. So Brian Matthews here on the long run, starting to fade a little bit. Whoa, Johnson into the fence there. Millam side by side for 4th. Man, they are so tight on each other's doors. Oh, they're so close to contact. Wow, that is tight racing right there in the middle of turns 1 and 2. The 47-28 side by side. Millam with the advantage entering 3, but don't give up. Brian Matthews to the inside. Power move in 3 and 4. Is he clear? Not quite. Whoa, he wasn't clear really, but he gets there. Ron Millam back to the inside. Big side draft there. He'll look inside in 1 and 2. Can't do nothing. Brian Matthews fends off Ron Millam. And Akari Wright. Man, does he look so good tonight. Looking to go to victory lane in the Zero Torque Racing League. Akari Wright, about this 0.8 of a second lead over Jason Steptoe. Kind of entered the calm part of the race. Will we see green flag pit stops? That could be interesting and fun. Frank Chavez has caught Drew Kuhn. So he will fly by Drew Kuhn. Man, Frank has a really good amount of speed. It's so unfortunate he got in that incident where he almost crashed and ended up keeping the car off of the wall in any major way. Back up to 7th, but man, he's hoping for a caution or this night is over. Jason Steptoe is just ripping the fence right now, and he's ripping it a little too much, a little bit. I mean, that has to be wearing out tires unless he's just the tire whisperer. He did gain about maybe 1/10 of a second on the front straightaway there doing that in 3 and 4, but what does it do to your tires? That's the question. We're kind of deep in this run. We're about 20-something laps in, and he's not really falling back too much. Eric Johnson's not really pulling him in big. He's still 2 seconds behind the 50 car, and he has to catch him and pass him still. We saw how hard it's been to pass tonight. Brian Matthews is much slower than the 47 Ron Millam is right now, I believe, but Ron just cannot get by. Unless he has a huge run off corner number 4. And Ron Millam's going to run right in the tire tracks. That's going to be really hard to do, but look at him. He diamonds it to the inside. That could be all he gets. Nope, the 28 had momentum. And Dean Howard up to 8th place. So Drew Kuhn continuing to drop. Maybe you wonder if you're Kuhn, you're just in make it to the end of this race so you can advance in the playoffs mode right now. That might be his idea, and that might be his strategy, which I can't blame the guy, right? You know, he's trying to fight for something bigger in this season, and well, why risk it, right? Why risk it just for 1 or 2 more spots? And Jason Steptoe, P2, starting to lose some time here to the race leader, but still holding about the same gap to Eric Johnson back there in 3rd. I think Jason's just really overdriving this car at this point in the run, and he's really just trying to reel in a car, right? And I can't blame him, right? He's hungry for that win, but you need to, in these situations, this is keep your head down, keep your tires happy, don't hurt them too much. He's hurt them a lot here. Running the top this long, it tends to do that, and running all the way up to the top of the wall on the front stretch is going to lose you some time as well. I mean, it might not be a lot of time, but it will lose you time. Just not cutting that track down, and not even the apron, just the bottom. Have a good 1 and 2 there. Starts to gain back some positive momentum. Does the 50 car. And he seems like in 3 and 4, he's just really tight on entrance. And it just hurts him all through the corner. Seems like a really tight race car right now if you're Jason Steptoe. View from him. He's up in 5th gear here. That was a really good turns 1 and 2. You can see here. Let's watch 3 and 4. That seems to be the struggle spot. Lifting really late. Outside fence there a little bit. Man, maybe a little earlier lifting could really help one the tires and maybe that drive off. Very decent on the middle there. He'll lose a little bit of time in Steptoe to Akari right, and he's actually better in 1 and 2. Seems like 3 and 4 is where the struggle is. The fence a little bit. Really struggling to handle this car. Now he's starting to lose time. He's only about 1.5 seconds now ahead of Johnson. But he was a little bit further ahead than that, so he needs to start to... It's not over though. Don't count Jason Steptoe out of this race. Don't mark Akari Wright's name on the trophy already. It's not over with. We still have 38, 37 laps to go at the line here. We're far from over in this race, folks. Don't count him out. Jason Steptoe could figure this thing out. We can still figure this puppy out. And we still, if we go green to the end, we will have green flag pit stops. This league doesn't get those very often, so we could see mistakes on the 1's part, the 50 part, or the 18. And maybe all 3 of them, right? And Brian Matthews wins this race in 6th or 4th. 6 seconds back from the race lead. What a run. I've talked about it so much tonight, but that is a great run for him. And I'm very happy for him. Look at Mark Kazan. Tough night for him. Obviously, a little bit self-inflicted here. But nonetheless, it's been a tough night. And look at Drew Kuhn. He's about to go a lap down. A little shocking to me is Drew Kuhn about to go a lap down. I mean, he'd be the only car 1 lap down. That would eliminate the free pass from Mark Kazin, however. And Drew Kuhn just seems like he is just really pacing himself. He'll let the car right on by. Looky here. Jason Steptoe. Oh, he is falling off a cliff on this long run. 50 car is not looking good the deeper into this run we go. And I think we're about into the fuel window, so this is about the time when you might see cars trickle down pit road in the next about, you know, 4 laps, 3 to 5 laps, maybe a little longer if you're trying to stretch it on fuel, right? You don't know really. Look at the guys who have made pit stops. It's the longest run of the night on one set, 36 laps. For 30 laps? Does that say 30? I think that says 30. Yeah, I think it says 30 laps. We're 30 laps into the run. As Jason Steptoe is going to get by Drew Kuhn. Whoa, we see a pit stop. Eric Johnson's down pit road. And there he is, off pit road. Early pit stop for the number 18 Toyota. So now if you're Steptoe, even though you're really struggling compared to a car, oh, it looks like he's fanning down at the bottom of the racetrack there. He's saying, I think he wants to pit this time. We'll just have to see. No, he's around the top. There's no way he's going to pit. So now he's made his bet. He has to stay out a good long while longer than the 18 car. You see Kuhn, Chavez down pit road. But now, if you're Jason Steptoe, you're going to get past. The fresh tires are there. Put as much time as you can. Try to just use what's left of this tire. I know you're about almost 4 seconds off the race lead. Akari Wright's pulling away right now. Hopefully you're just better on pit road and getting on and off. You have a good cycle. Hopefully Akari Wright has a bad pit cycle. And here's the thing. If I'm Jason Steptoe, and I can take right side tires and still maybe gain a little bit of time, I think you should do it. I think right side tires is the right call. You'll have more grip in this next gen car. If I'm Jason Steptoe and I don't need, if I need from 25 laps to 20, maybe a little bit more, I am taking right side tires, putting just enough fuel to make the finish, just barely enough. I think Jason Steptoe might, oh there, Akari Wright. Really conservative down pit road there. Look at Steptoe, a little bit more aggressive entering pit road. I like it. He'll gain, I think, a second entering pit road there. Everything could change though. If we see a caution during green flag pit cycle, we've seen it before this season. Rubber testers tend to be caught out by them. So Ron Millam takes the race lead. Dean Howard's down pit road. Brian Matthews. So Ron Millam, the only car still out on the racetrack. Eric Johnson down the backstretch. As we look at Akari Wright, there he goes, drops the jack. There's Steptoe, drops the jack. Akari Wright already on the racetrack. No speeding. And there's the 18. Wow. Those fresh tires are gonna. And now Akari Wright though keeps the race lead. Isn't that demoralizing? Ryan Millam down pit road. Everyone gonna unlap themselves from the race leader here. And they're not even unlapping themselves. Actually, he's just on the cycle. Steps to about 5 seconds off the race lead of Johnson and Wright. Not the greatest of pit cycles for Jason Steptoe. Brian Matthews is in 4th. Here's Ron Millam, Mark Kazin coming off of pit road. Frank Chavez just ahead of him. So Frank Chavez actually, oh, he's 4 laps down. Wow. So Frank Chavez was on pit road maybe to repair the damage to his race car. He's 4 laps down. Interesting. Kari Wright, though. And this just looks penciled into me that we will see a Kari Wright in victory lane tonight. He has done a almost perfect, flawless race this evening. From start to finish, he takes the race lead on lap 1 from Robert Tester. I think he's led every lap tonight. I don't think he's not led a lap aside from green flag pit cycle. And Kari Wright just absolutely dominating the field right now. About 1.3 seconds up on Johnson with a bit fresher tires. We're going to need to see a yellow if we want to see a Kari Wright being challenged for the race win. And Dean Howard about to go a lap down, so that would put 7 cars no longer on lead lap. We only have 6. And with so few cars on the racetrack, no one's really racing each other. You have to go back to... There we are. Matthews, lap cars in here. This is about the most crowded on the racetrack it is anywhere. So these guys are the most crowded, and it's not really crowded too much. Mark Kazin right ahead of Ron Millham here. Ooh, to the inside of Mark Kazin. That was aggressive. When Dean Howard does get caught, though, for the leader of a Kari Wright, does he put up a big fight, or does he just kind of let him by? I would think he just kind of lets him by. I mean, there's only one other car, 1 lap down. Drew Kuhn's 7 laps down in 10th. He's locked into playoffs. I think Drew Kuhn maybe just pulled in the pit road and he's done. Oh, he's back. He's out on the racetrack. He's just 7 laps down. Maybe repaired the huge amount of damage he got from that one incident. Maybe the damage wasn't a speed issue. Maybe it was an overheating issue for the 12 car. And that's why we saw him so far off the pace. And currently 7 laps down to the field. And Steptoe, unfortunate to be eliminated in the playoffs last week at Super Speedway. It just didn't go his way, and he's out of the playoffs. And that is the way this interesting system is Steptoe has a lot of great races, honestly, the last few weeks. Obviously, last week wasn't very good, but Super Speedway, and he's eliminated for 1 bad result on a really tricky Super Speedway race. It's unfortunate. Eric Johnson trying to reel in a little bit. He's cut the gap down a few tenths of a second. But man, you have to count a few tenths of a second to cut the lap down. I don't think it's a very promising day. The lap car of Dean Howard might affect the 1 a little bit. A little bit, not a lot. I wouldn't say a lot. I think a caution would be the only thing that could take a Kari Wright's win away. And Luminary Concept, first time to victory lane, perhaps. Luminary Concept has not been to victory lane on that race car yet this season, even though a Kari Wright has. It was Tootsie's at Kansas that went to victory lane. Kari Wright wants another one. He wants another trophy in the case. A big momentum jolt. Right now, a Kari Wright with a 1.5 second lead, 7 seconds over Jason Steptoe in third. 14, almost 15 seconds to Brian Matthews. And if you're going to W Energy to buy some W product, use code SQ187. That is SQ187 for 10% off your orders. We watch a Kari Wright, Luminary Concept, #1 car, reel into the back of the Sunoco 8 car of Dean Howard. Dean's really struggling right now on this run. And look at the exit speed, just really struggling. Looks like he'll just give the lane on the bottom here to the #1 car. He didn't really give it to him. He's just really struggling for pace, and the outside's the only lane he can really run consistently. Yeah, Dean's not giving this up. He knows that this is a battle for the free pass right now. Side drafts the 1 entering turns 3. I think he'll get cleared though, however. Fun little fighting here. First time we've seen a car side by side with a Kari Wright since Robert Tester. Oh, and Dean Howard's in the fence. Look at Steptoe in third, 8 seconds back. I'm not sure what happened to the 50 car. I think he's just a little demoralized. with how far ahead the top two are. The only way you could see maybe something changing is someone doesn't have enough fuel, but man, I just don't see that being a possibility. Look at the pit strategy right now. The longest they went was 40 laps, and they're not going to hit 40 laps. If the guy who pit first, Johnson, he won't even hit 40 laps, so I don't think we'll see anyone running out of gas. Oh, this could be something. Can Frank Chavez maybe get a little payback on Ron Millam? Frank the class act always, and lets the 47, the lead lap car, by. Class act there from Frank Chavez, to be honest. I don't know if I would do that after getting ran over like that off of corner number 4 earlier in the race, you know. And this green flag run has put him 4 laps down in the top 10, but man, what could have been tonight for Frank Chavez, you know? He looked really good in that portion of the race. David P. Sharon in 6th, having a good result right now in the 21. There's not a lot to talk about. I mean, the playoffs are all wrapped up. Littwiller will be eliminated tonight. Jim Treat will be. Kuhn will advance. I mean, Nakari Wright is definitely advancing. I don't think he will finish behind even Kuhn on the racetrack, even if he crashes, honestly. He's just so fast. Nakari Wright just executed this race perfectly tonight. Right now, Akari hits 14 more times around this racetrack. The only thing that can take the checkered flag away from Akari Wright is the coveted caution flag. And the coveted restart right after that said flag. A very long green flag run. Ron Millam might run down Brian Matthews before this is all said and over. 6 cars on the lead lap, which is insane. Carter Wright continues the dominance on the 1.5 miles. He looks so sporty on him. The biggest competition, Robert Tester crashed himself out early tonight on lap 26. What a crazy race we've had. We had some crazy moments early on, and now we have a slow barn burner really, and there were 6 cars in the lead lap. Not that we had many more cars left in this race anyways. And Kari Wright wrapping the paint on the bottom of the racetrack. Now through 3 and 4. We'll see 11 laps to go, this time by the Luminary Concept Ford Mustang. Is hoping for no caution. We talk about Akari Wright. The aggression tonight has not been there. It has been cool, calm, collected from Akari Wright. A damn near perfect drive tonight. And right now, he's going to come 10 laps to go. Once he goes through this lap, we'll see 10 to go. No cars even close to him. Eric Johnson all the way to almost the other side of a straightaway in Steptoe, about 10 seconds back. Cockpit view and what Carter Wright's doing so well. Carrying so much momentum into the corner. Gotta wonder what's he watching? What kind of tape? What kind of film is Akari Wright? Or what's he doing to prepare for these races right at these kinds of tracks at the 1.5 miles? He just looks so calm and collected right now. Close to the outside wall there. Akari Wright, it's just, I mean, not much to talk about. I mean, just a very calm end of this race. The playoffs are wrapped up, unfortunately for Littwiller. Like I said, in Jim Treat, they will no longer advance Kuhn and Akari Wright are Akari Wright is definitely advancing tonight, as he's going to pick up the checkered flag. Looking to put Drew Kuhn a further lap down. Dean Howard is, for a second there it says he wasn't showed on the pylon, so I was a little concerned about Dean, thinking maybe we had our caution flag about to happen. It was a false alarm though. Drew Kuhn 7 laps down. Also, Akari Wright has a big old lead, so not really needing to fight this. He still wants to put him a lap down, but he wants to clean air. Side by side, not for the lead, but to put Akari a lap down, clear up on the 12. He's going to give him really a lot of space there. Man, Drew Kuhn is just not giving in. 7, 8 laps down, it don't matter. Drew Kuhn don't want to go down a lap. 5 laps to go at Chicago. And Jason Steptoe, I think he's going to be disappointed tonight. And not. Right, I mean, he had a chance tonight at one point to maybe run down Akari Wright. He's 10 seconds back now with 5 to go, but a lot of speed tonight. Brian Matthews, great run. 4th place, Ron Millen back there, just cannot get by him. He's had an amazing night tonight. And Akari Wright obviously put the bow on it, gift wrapped it. Eric Johnson's had a solid run. Talked about who could challenge Akari Wright once Robert Tester wrecked out. Well, it seems like no one can challenge Akari Wright. Coming to 3 laps to go, the Real Life Cup Series announced their return to Chicago. We all are wondering who's going to conquer it next year when the Cup Series returns. Well, right now, the Zero Torque Racing League Cup Series is being conquered at Chicago by Akari Wright. And through turns 1 and 2, he'll have 2.5 more laps to go down the back straightaway. Luminary Concept has never won a race, being the primary sponsor on the 1 car. He'll see 2 more laps to go off 4 here. Akari Wright looking for another win on the season. The 1.5 mile dominance extended through turns 1 and 2. Just keep a pretty wheel in it. He'll round off the back straightaway. Akari Wright through turns 3 and 4. He will see the white flag. Akari Wright off 4. White flag in the air. This race is official. There will be no overtime. 5 seconds back, the next closest car of Johnson. But it's all Akari Wright's day. Akari Wright's racetrack. We're just living in it. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Akari Wright has tasted victory before, and oh, is it so sweet. Why not get a second bite of the pie? Out of 4, Akari Wright, Luminary Concept will go to victory lane at Chicago. Great race from Akari Wright, a dominant race. Eric Johnson will come home in P2. Jason Steptoe, a solid 3rd. Brian Matthews is in 4th. 5th will be Ron Millam. And 6th, the last car on the lead lap, David P. Sharon, with a solid result tonight. Drew Kuhn giving the congratulatory bump to the number 1 car. Akari Wright, your winner at Chicago. So we can get Discord ready here so we can get him up into the booth. watch this one car, maybe do some burnouts. Oh yeah. Brian Matthews, his teammate, had a great night tonight. I'm gonna give him a little congratulatory bump. Ron Millam as well. And then he's gonna burn him down here in Chicago. Oh yeah. What a win for Akari Wright and Ford. An amazing race this evening. We saw so much drama in the early portions of this race before the end of stage 1. So many big names out early, some new faces having some strong ones early till that was cut short. Look at Franklin in the 95 having a great run till he ended his race early. No one could touch the number 1 car though, even before all the incidents. He was lights out the best car tonight. Oh, and he blew it up. Akari Wright doing some burnouts and just blew her up. We'll see if we can get these guys into the call here in a moment. Into the booth. Having some technical... This computer is just not cooperated tonight. See if we can get interviews tonight from our top 3. Hopefully we can get it. Be a shame if we weren't able to. Oh no, that's not good. Seems like Discord is down for me. Which isn't good, folks. That's not good when Discord's down, because that means I can't talk to our drivers. It is not letting me... It's weird. Discord is not letting me do that. I don't believe we're going to get interviews tonight, folks. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know why. Discord is just not cooperating for me. And I can't restart my computer, obviously. Otherwise, I'll end the stream. So, unfortunately, we might not get interviews tonight. I'm just not sure why it's not working, though. That's my concern. My Discord is just not cooperating. Now it's saying it's corrupted. I don't know. So, I guess we're not getting interviews tonight because Discord is apparently broken for me. Nonetheless, though, a strong, fun evening. We only saw 14 cars tonight. We saw a lot of interesting racing. We saw my friend up here in the booth with me, Caleb Phillips. You all were introduced to him last week. I hope he did a solid job. Looked to me like he was doing good. He's very new to this, so not used to this atmosphere. We saw so many technical issues tonight on my side. I don't know what is going on. We saw the scoring pylon wasn't working there for the first 9 laps or so. For just some reason, I'm not sure why. This computer might just need a new graphics card or a CPU, maybe a new processor. I have no idea. And Discord isn't working right now. It's saying it's corrupted and broken. I'm not quite sure. It's quite weird. Nonetheless, though, you look at the drivers who will advance in the playoffs tonight. Drew Kuhn advances to the round of 6 along with Akari Wright, who, he put a little cherry and a bow on it with a dominant win, almost leading every lap tonight. That one car is a threat for the end of this season for a championship. You all better watch Akari King Wright before this season's said and done, because, man, he was lights out tonight, and he will not end tonight. I am sure of it. We will see that one Luminary Concept Ford Mustang in victory lane before it is all said and done. This season is not over yet. We have a few more races to go before we're all said and done, but man, Akari Wright setting himself up big for the end of this race and for the end of this season. We talk about what this meant. We saw some great racing. Honestly, we saw some amazing racing. It's unfortunate, right, that we didn't see a bit more field. You know, we saw a very small field tonight, and that looked like the few incidents we did have were just not able to really be appreciated enough because we only had 14 cars. So the small field size, unfortunately, tonight, you know, things happen, right? This is, at the end of the day, this is iRacing. It is a big deal to come and win in these things. It's hard to win these races. We've only seen a few guys win this year. We've seen about five winners, I think, out of the 25, 30 different guys who have raced. So it's hard to win these races, folks. Don't give it any other thing. But unfortunately, my Discord is corrupted, and it is not working for me. Nonetheless, your winner is Akari Wright. Eric Johnson is second. Jason Steptoe is third. Brian Matthews fourth. Fifth, and now my Norton is... What is going on? Fifth is Ron Millam. Sixth is David P. Sharon. Seventh is Dean Howard. First car lap down. Eighth is Mark Kazan after his incident. Frank Chavez ninth after getting a little bullied from Ron Millam. Drew Kuhn is 10th. Litwiller, Franklin, Tester, and Blake Hewlett. Your finishers, your 14 runners tonight. So sorry. Excuse me, folks, for Discord. I'm not sure. I'm saying my Discord's corrupted, so I might have to do some digging into the codes, and maybe I'll have to delete Discord and re-download it. I am not sure. It's been a day, right? Been a day tonight, right? Had to go do some stuff after work today that lasts like 2-3 hours. It's been a day. Nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, folks. I did. It was a fun one. Even with all the technical difficulties on my side of things, I hope all of you enjoyed it. We saw some action-packed racing tonight. Some great green flag runs tonight. At the end of the day, it was a fun race. Thank you, everyone, for watching. God bless. And come back next Friday for the Zero Torque Racing League at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for watching. And again, sorry for the technical difficulties. Discord is broken for me. You all have a great night.